So far, European consumer law does not have a clear legal definition for influencers, although this may soon change. Between 2022 and 2024, the European Commission is looking at options to clarify the laws for specific commercial practices. This is expected to have an impact on the influencer industry. Meanwhile, we can focus on the legal standards of the main consumer law that applies to advertising. That's the Unfair Commercial Practices Directive. The UCPD is concerned with the unfairness of business practices, such as manipulating consumers. Although until 2023, European consumer law hasn't specifically defined influencers, it does define traders. In this video, we will use the UCPD to explain when European law sees you as a trader, and as a consequence, when you need to comply with consumer protection rules. As an influencer, you'll probably be involved in commercial activity at some point. This could include brand deals to advertise products or services, but also selling courses online or in real life, selling ebooks, selling apps, or even your own merch. As a side note, if you agree to a deal via a direct message or through social media in general, this still may represent a contractual agreement, even if you haven't signed a document. You can check the library for more details on this. Commercial activities are all supposed to bring you revenue. So whether you're what lawyers would call a natural person, or you are a one-person business like a freelancer, or a registered company, you are considered a trader, and therefore the UCPD applies. The UCPD defines a trader as any natural or legal person who, in commercial practices covered by this directive, is acting for purposes relating to his trade, business, craft, or profession, and anyone acting in the name of or on behalf of a trader. Okay, now let's unpack this complicated definition. First off, to qualify as a trader, you need to make revenue through content monetization. Basically, that's any activity that you earn money with online as a content creator. Then, you need to engage in commercial practices towards consumers. This also includes communication around advertising or selling goods or products aimed at an audience that includes consumers. So, talking about services may be a commercial practice. For example, if you make a TikTok about a beauty treatment. Reviews may also be commercial practices. If you make a video about a restaurant launch party you were invited to, or if you review a new gadget you were sent by a company. And you need to be acting in connection to your trade, business, craft, or profession, meaning that you're acting as a professional. We've also talked a lot about consumers, so what exactly are they? Consumers are the opposite of traders. They act for purposes which are outside their trade, business, craft, or profession. Simply put, your business is content production and advertising. If you review a product in exchange for payment, you have used your advertising skills to help your business earn more money. In contrast, if an airplane pilot buys the lipstick you advertise and it has nothing to do with their job, they are considered a consumer. The trader definition is no simple definition because it needs to include businesses from all possible industries and of all possible categories. And, as we have seen, even individuals who have not registered a business with a local chamber of commerce. The Court of Justice of the European Union offers additional clarifications on how you can relate to this definition. This is like the Supreme Court of the EU, and its task is to interpret EU law. In 2018, the court dealt with the Kamenova case. In this case, a Bulgarian citizen had published a total of 8 product ads on OLX.bg. And the question the court had to answer was whether she qualified as a trader or not. To answer this, the court proposed a number of criteria that may be helpful in determining when someone acts for purposes relating to their business. You can find all of them at the Influencer Legal Hub, but let's discuss a few of them here. Basically, the court said it's important to look at verifiable information such as whether the seller has a registered business or whether the seller has to pay taxes on these sales like VAT. But at the same time, the court also looked at the context. Did the seller have a lot more information about the products she sold, which the consumer couldn't possibly have, as well as how often the seller would make these deals? In its ruling, the court ended up saying that just because this Bulgarian citizen wanted to sell 8 products on an online platform, that didn't automatically make her a trader. But if you are selling more than 8 products and you tick some of the boxes on this list, Perhaps you are a trader. What does this mean for you, and why is this definition important? As an influencer, you may be considered as an advertising or retail startup. That means you are trying to consolidate your business activities. These are likely using your creative skills in advertising or selling goods or services. If you have 8 endorsement deals in a year, just like in Kamenova, you may not yet be considered a trader. However, if you get more and more deals and you're serious about making money in this industry, you are likely engaging in commercial activities on a regular basis. To summarize, if you earn money or other benefits such as invitations, gifts, discounts, by creating content on social media, and you do it regularly, the chances are very high that you are a trader. This means that according to the UCPD, you need to observe and comply with consumer protection rules, just like any other business that communicates with consumers about their goods and services. Although that leads to a lot of responsibility, if you do engage in regular commercial activities, it is important to get to know these rules and what you need to do to comply with them. We will focus on more specific obligations in the next video. If this was a lot, you can always go and visit the Influencer Legal Hub and go through this case again.